Yo, what is up, guys? It is CRPHD back with another video, and today I just kind of wanted to talk about a service that a lot of you gamers actually might be familiar with, and it is Nvidia's GeForce Now. Nvidia GeForce Now is basically a cloud gaming service that can allow your previous Windows or Mac PC to play games that it could have never played before, like AAA titles or really just any other game using the cloud. So whether you're using a Mac or Windows PC, the idea of this is that all the heavy lifting is being done in the cloud, and all your computer is really having to do is decode the image that's being sent from Nvidia servers. And then of course, if you're using like any mouse and keyboard or any gamepad with your game, the computer is going to be responsible for sending that information to the Nvidia servers and then sending that gameplay back to your computer. So the way that I found out about Nvidia's GeForce Now was through an Austin Evans YouTube video. He was going through demoing the software on a $200 MacBook that he got off of eBay, and I think the idea of that video was just to kind of show how this new software can kind of transform any laptop. At that time it was only available on Mac, but really any laptop now currently, and show it playing AAA titles and all these games that it really has no business playing. So my first impressions after watching the video, I was kind of skeptical, and I have the right to be. My main reason for that is because this is a beta software, so it's in testing, not everything is 100%. And then the second one is these YouTubers have like the best internet possible.
But because we're over Ethernet and because we have fiber here at the office, it's really hard to see any kind of major difference.
That's like the best conditions possible. I'm very curious on how this would actually run if it's on, like, you know, regular normal people Wi-Fi, not just super fast, the best Wi-Fi that you can possibly have. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. But then another thought popped in my head. If this software can actually run as smooth as it's portrayed in Austin's video, this could be game changing. So with that thought running in my head, I just kind of had to just try it out for myself and see what all the hype was about and if it would actually live up to that hype. So I did what any normal person would do: sign up for that waiting list as fast as possible. But yeah, at that point in time, Nvidia did have a waiting list, so you did have to, you know, fill out some information, and then you'll be put on the waiting list to get access to the software. But when I say waiting list, I'm not talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. No, so long to the point that I forgot that GeForce was even a thing. So I filled out this waiting list form, and it was around January, and they hit me back up on, what did it say, July 25th. I figured that it might be a while till I got my code, because if you went online, there were literally people selling their access codes for these ridiculously high prices. So I can see that there was a really big demand for people that wanted to try out and get on this software, but nowhere did I think that it would have taken that long. But once Nvidia hit me up and gave me my access code finally, the next thing that I had to go on ahead and do was download the actual GeForce software onto my computer, whether it was this iMac or it was my laptop also at the time too, and then you put in your access code and voila, we're in. Now as far as the system requirements go, I'll leave them like popped up, you guys can see them. It should work with pretty much almost every computer. I'm not gonna say every, but the majority of computers. If you have an old computer that was built within the past, I would say 5 or 6 years, even maybe even a little bit longer, it should work. Something to note that I just want to put that out, that I just would like to put out there, is that you cannot use 32-bit Windows operating systems with the Nvidia GeForce software. Only 64-bit options, and yeah, I just want to put that out there. So once in GeForce Now, you kind of feel like this kid in a candy store where you have these multitude of games where you can pick from, but there's a catch. You actually have to have some sort of account, like an Origin account or a Steam account or something associated with the game that shows that you have already purchased it. And then whatever offsite rig or server that Nvidia is using, it would use your login information to show that you've purchased the game, and then that's what would allow you to play it. Now it's different for free games like Fortnite and things like that, but it's not all free. So moving on to the game that I decided to test out, of course it was the free one, but it was Fortnite, and I just genuinely felt like that this was a good game to test out the performance and reliability of this service. Just to keep it straightforward with y'all, my first time ever using this beta software, this is whenever it was in the beta, not before it became public, it was working like a charm. I'm talking, I immediately, like, it was a instant difference. But as time went on, I slowly started to have mixed emotions about it. Just starting off, the transition between the beta to just making the software completely public, they were adding extra benefits called like the Founders Edition or something, to where basically you get prioritized access to the software immediately, and as well as you get RTX on with ray tracing, so just better graphics performance. And then on top of that, you get longer sessions. So the way that the free version of GeForce Now works is you're capped at an hour playing limit, and which is kind of crazy because an hour playing Fortnite flies by really fast. The overall performance, I kind of felt like dropped. Like every now and then I will come across whenever I'm playing Fortnite or something, and it would just get really glitchy. That entire time we were testing the game over the 5G Wi-Fi, so it's always better to be plugged in via Ethernet, because any less steps that your game has to take from getting to wherever it's coming from to your device is always going to be a better experience. But then on top of that, guys, when I say the waiting times to use this software are crazy, please don't think I'm joking. I have had to wait over 2 hours to get onto a rig to play Fortnite. 2 hours. Now, I'm not trying to dog the service. I think it's great, and I see the vision where people don't have to go out and buy these super expensive gaming PCs and rigs just to play these types of games, whenever now we're leaving it all up to the cloud, and it's making it a lot more accessible for people that don't have that type of money. I really do think that this is the start of something revolutionizing just in the grand scheme of things. I know that the beta software has been out for over a year at this point, and it has now been made public to everyone to be able to use. You can buy your memberships, whatever, but there's always improvements that you can add to the software to make the overall gaming experience better. And I'm sure that'll happen over time. They'll address all these problems that I've listed and fix them, and fingers crossed, hopefully that they'll address them in the near future. But I'm sure regardless, just somewhere down the line, you know, this could possibly be the next way of gaming. But thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, because the next video is right around the corner. Peace. Come again. Peace. Ed, can y'all hear this? It might be time to get a new chair. I've been thinking about them gaming chairs and stuff, but I'm not a gamer like that, so I don't think it was appropriate. But what is appropriate is a new chair. Oh!